Hi guys, this is Dante with Drive and Thrive, and I wanted to share with you guys an article that I discovered on my Facebook timeline that dealt with an MIT study regarding the median hourly wage of Uber drivers. Now, one of my very good friends posted this on his timeline, and the title is Uber and Lyft drivers' median hourly wage is just $3.37, reports find. And I took a look at the article. It's published by The Guardian. And the subtitle is Majority of drivers make less than minimum wage and many end up losing money, according to study published by MIT. So my immediate response was, after reading the article, was, well, sure, the median wage that you make with Uber or Ubereats or any of these places will be a lot less than even what your average wage would be. So using median wage is a bit misleading right off the bat. But here's how they come to the conclusion. So the article starts off, Uber and Lyft drivers in the U.S. make a median profit of $3.37 per hour before taxes, according to a new report. According to a new report that suggests a majority of ride-share workers make below minimum wage. Researchers did an analysis of vehicle cost data and a survey of more than 1,100 drivers for the ride-hailing companies. The report, which factored insurance, maintenance, repairs, fuel, and other costs, found that 30% of drivers are losing money on the job and that 74% earn less than minimum wage in their states. Okay, so let's stop there and let's talk about this for a second. I definitely can understand if you drive a high-cost vehicle, that depreciation and maintenance, etc., can really add up. And I don't think enough drivers actually calculate that into how much they actually make. But of course, this is completely one-sided. This is looking at things from, and of course this is an MIT study, right? But it's looking at things from a very purely analytical basis, and taking from what the median salary would be. This would be a lot more fair if this article included what is your average salary before taxes? What other income are you generating from Uber besides just your driving wages? So what I mean by that is this. I typically drive the most during high boost times. I don't drive Uber, I only do Ubereats. But when there's promotions, when there's boost, like today there was a $30 promotion. So if you made 10 deliveries, you were able to get $30 extra. And there was also boost at the same time, which today in my area was 1.2. But in downtown Seattle, right about now, it's dinner time right now, it's 1.8, right? So if you look at my deliveries on a median basis at the lowest boost prices, you'd find the lowest amount that I would make. You wouldn't find the average of what I make. And you also wouldn't be calculating the promotions that I receive. On top of that, this totally leaves out the other ways that you can make money with Uber, like referrals. And I think anyone that has an Uber driving business should definitely be incorporating referrals into their business as a big part of their overall income from Uber. Now, this referral game might be a bit of musical chairs. And as this article points out, there is really high turnover amongst Uber drivers. And Uber has yet to turn a profit. Towards the bottom of the article here, it says Campbell pointed out that Uber itself has struggled to properly consider vehicle cost. Last year, the company shut down its U.S. auto leasing business after discovering it was losing 18 times more money per vehicle than it had previously understood. So Uber realized that it was losing money on its cooperation with its Uber leasing. But that's not wholly fair either, because it wasn't Uber vehicles; it was their cooperation with U.S. auto leasing businesses. So the businesses had to make their profit, and it left Uber with a net loss, and it knew that it would have a net loss. So, but the net loss was higher than it expected, so it shut it down. So, this article raises some great points, but as Uber said, in its defense, it said, an Uber spokesperson criticized the research and said, while the paper is certainly attention-grabbing, its methodology and findings are deeply flawed. We've reached out to the paper's authors to share our concerns and suggest ways we might work together to refine their approach. Yeah, I mean, what else is Uber going to say, right? But I think Uber has a point here. I think that if you were to calculate all the other things that I mentioned, that the wage would be much more fair. Now, I don't want to put on my white cape for Uber too much, because there is one gripe that I legitimately have with Uber. And that is using the boost as motivation for us drivers at all. What the highest boost wage is what our baseline wage should be, in my opinion. And then after that, as motivating factors, we should actually get more. But here is an interesting point. Even with the drivers using their own vehicles, and sometimes, as this article pointed out, basically making loans to themselves by using their own vehicles and having their vehicles depreciate. Even with that, and even with the low wages that Uber has been paying us, Uber has yet to turn a profit. They have not had 1 year in which they've made a profit from their business. So how do they survive without making a profit? Well, one of the ways is venture capitalism. So what they are doing is using venture capitalist money, right, to constantly fuel the growth of their business, and it's worked so far. This article is from a UK paper. Uber has spread across the globe, and it's really impacting logistics in all the major cities here. So, all right, I'm going to sum this up in a few different ways. So, one, I don't think Uber is a scam. I think you can make money with Uber, but I think that there are smart ways to go about it. There's some strategy and tactics that you can use to maximize your profit. And there are really poor ways to go about it. And I'm going to use this channel to talk about some of those good ways and bad ways to go about using Uber. I think that it is really important, if you're driving with Uber or Ubereats or Doordash or Postmates or Lyft or any of these rideshare companies, to get a spreadsheet out. Calculate how much are you spending on gas. How much is your vehicle depreciating? Because it may make sense for you to purchase a cheaper vehicle. Let's say if you're an Uber Eats driver specifically, get you a 15-year-old vehicle, and put mileage on it, because the depreciation for like $1,500 car, it's not that big of a deal, right? As long as the car is in good shape. But the depreciation on a higher price vehicle may very well be a big deal. So, so to sum this up, I don't think this article was very fair. I do think it was very attention grabbing, and I do think that it basically summarizes all the negative points that you can on Uber and puts it all in one place, and boom, you got all the negative points. Now, I'm sure a pro Uber article would have a whole ton of positive points about Uber. And one of my favorite positive points is that I get to be my own boss and that I can do it whenever I want. So yeah, so that's this article. I'm gonna have a link down below in the description. And if you like this video, remember, pound that like button for me. Subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out a lot. And thanks for watching, and have a great day.